Well, I came here for Pedro, but I didn't know I was going to watch Baryshnikov warm up backstage. So I'm a little bit, whoa, wow, that's something. Anyway, I'm here tonight for Pedro as a friend, a fan, and finally as one of his actors. The first time I saw one of his films was Matador, which was an erotic thriller, and I remember being struck by how transgressive and beautiful and original it was. The actors were just totally committed and beautiful, and it stood out to me as this is a guy that someone to watch. And then came Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, played by the great Carmen Maura. It was an hilarious and surprising comedy about a woman who resolves to kill herself with a batch of sleeping pills laced with gazpacho after her lover leaves her. Fortunately, she's interrupted by a deliciously chaotic series of events that would make Billy Wilder proud. Pedro's unique vision, stamped with his own brand of irreverent humor and vibrant sense of color, lets you know you're in for a wild ride driven by an expert driver. It was an unforgettable movie experience for me. Then he followed that up with Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. At that point, I was completely in love with Pedro's work. And to me, he was in the tradition of Berlanga and Buñuel, and with a touch of John Cassavetes, yet always blazing his own trail in his own distinctive voice. I made it my business to see every film he made, and I believe I have. What resonates with me in so many of his films is the way he shines the spotlight on women. When I was a little boy, my mother and her girlfriends would huddle around the kitchen table at night. Unbeknownst to them, I'd crawl down in my pajamas and eavesdrop as they shared their stories about cheating husbands, out-of-control kids, and life's disappointments. All of them became widows later in life. All the men died somehow. But they were the strength of our families and the glue that kept everything together. And those same strong women are the heart and soul of so many of Pedro's films. Like me, he grew up close to his mother and her friends, and he brilliantly tells their stories, stories of women who were suppressed and then given the chance to blossom, to say, we're here, we exist, we're alive. And that theme of women emerging from suppression, of their growing independence, of an awakened consciousness, is in so many of his films. All About My Mother being a great exploration about the meaning of motherhood. And our friendship began many years ago when a mutual friend, Simona Benzacane, introduced us at the Cannes Film Festival in '92. And we got along very well, and over the decades, we've gotten together whenever we can in Spain and New York. And the best part of that is when we meet, sometimes he shares his ideas for films while I listen in rapt attention. And I remember one distinctive dinner where for about 90 minutes, he told me the entire story of Talk to Her. Let me rephrase that. He acted out the entire story of Talk to Her over dinner. And by the way, you know, he's a very, very good actor. He just prefers directing and writing. And throughout the meal, I kept thinking, well, maybe he's doing it because maybe he has a small part for me, you know, even a small silent part, maybe the guy in the coma, you know, but no, there was no part for me. And when I saw the film, I loved it, and I realized that I had been given a rough cut first preview. Another night that stands out is when he invited me in Spain to join him and his brother and a number of his favorite actresses, Cecilia Roth, Marissa Paradis, Rossy de Palma, Victoria Brill, Bibi Anderson, all at dinner. And it was like being back in the house I grew up in, sneaking down the hallway to listen to the women at my mother's kitchen table. And there are so many reasons my friend is so deserving of this honor. To me, what best defines his greatness is his subversive delight, the sensitivity in his writing and directing, and the way he has never relied on violence to carry the story. The sexuality he portrays always has a humanity and a delight, a delicious delight. And what truly makes him stand out among the greats is the fact that we never know what he's going to do next. comedy, drama, melodrama. He is so aware that people don't live in one genre. His movies remind us of what it is to be alive. Pedro, speaking as a fan and as a friend, I love you, and I love what you have given the world of cinema. Congratulations.